Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Draw Something. My name is Andy, and I will be spending the next couple hours doing drawings by request. Let me go up and bring up the full view here. So yeah, I got my pencil and paper at the ready. So I'm just gonna be drawing whatever I feel like for the next couple hours. If you're watching, I'm streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook tonight. If you're watching on any of those three, feel free to make a request in the comments for me to draw something. I've got a bunch of my requests from past viewers' requests here on the wall behind me. I've drawn all kinds of crazy stuff, so no matter how ridiculous your request sounds, I can probably make something out of it. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and just start by what I've been doing for the last few weeks is just kind of starting the stream off by drawing something just completely random and silly. So let me see, how am I going to start this one off? Waiting for creative inspiration to strike here. Last week I started the show off by drawing a water bottle with donut headphones floating on a banana. This week... Oh, Pathfinder 82. Natalie would like a picture of her and Trash Truck. She watches it on Netflix. Okay, I can do that. Hey, Tommy, how are you doing tonight? Great to see you here. Alright, I'm going to look up this Trash Truck show. I'm not familiar with it, and I want to be sure it looks like it's supposed to. Okay, I see. Alright, so let me go ahead and see here. So I'm using a picture for reference. Got one pulled up right now, so let me go ahead and get started on this. I may be a little slow to respond in the chat, or to respond to the chat. I don't have the chat up on screen at the moment, so I apologize if I take a minute to respond. I'll be keeping an eye on it. Alright, so I'm drawing the trash truck. Gonna add some windows here. Little triangle emblem there. Go ahead and change this a little bit here. It's supposed to be a little more curved like that. See here, just making sure I got everything. Okay. gonna trace out the arm here, sketch out the arm here. Alright. And some rims around the windows. And I'll go ahead and start drawing the mouth here. Or the bottom lip, anyway. The bottom jaw. The lower jaw. See. It's got a couple buck teeth here. Drawing the eyes, the outlines of the eyes. All right. Let's see here. Go ahead and draw the kind of logo thing he has here on his side. Start drawing one of the wheels here. Ooh, let me try that again. Pathfinder 82, here's my message. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Natalie. I hope she likes how this turns out. Let's see here. Got the back wheel. Working on right now. So I do this. Alright. Alright, so back end is kind of segmented out like this. Alright. I think that's about it. And trace over the logo here, I think it's supposed to be a logo. Just got a couple of stripes here. And in a minute I'll start tracing this all over. But first I'm gonna add Natalie to the roof, or the top of the truck. We'll go ahead and draw her here. Hey, Gummy Dog, good to see you. It's 7. Yeah, it's 7 p.m. here. I'm assuming you're on the East Coast. Glad you could come in, or glad you could join us. Feel free to tune out and go to sleep whenever you feel like. 10 p.m. is pretty late, especially if you're working the next morning. But I'm glad you're here. All right. All right. I think that's about it for sketching it out. I think I can probably go ahead and start tracing this over and making it more solid. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to start by tracing Natalie over. Got the shirt. Gonna trace over her hands and her arms. There we go. Alright, I know that one of Natalie's favorite things is baby shark, so I'll go ahead and add that to her shirt here. It's a forward-facing baby shark. There we go. Thank you, Pathfinder82. And happy birth month, Gummy Dog. Have you already turned a year older, or are you still waiting for the big day? We're still pretty early in the month, so I'm curious. Honestly, I just can't believe it's already June 2021. Despite everything, this year's kind of flown by. At least for me personally. Or maybe it just seems that way in retrospect and it was actually kind of a slog to get here. That's kind of life in a nutshell. drawing, traced over the windows. Now I'm doing the grill. Oh, actually, Gummy Dog, if you can hear it, it's pretty quiet, but you hear that music in the background. That's for you. June 25th. All right. Well, happy birthday in 16 days, or 2 weeks and 2 days. I should go ahead and turn it up just a little bit, just for you. Alright, drawing the lines on the grill there. Alright, turn that back down. Hey, BNat, thank you for hosting. Good to see you here. Let me see, did you say anything in the chat? Not yet, okay. But thank you for the host. Oh, wow. Congratulations. 12's a good number. I don't even remember my 12th birthday. I'm 28. Alright, got the mouth drawn. Right now I'm drawing the arm. Oh, cool, Gummy Dog. Yeah, my siblings, I'm pretty sure at least one of my siblings went to Build-A-Bear for their birthday when they were around your age. Actually, I think my little sister, who is actually, I have a little sister who's 12 right now, who I don't think she's had a birthday at Build-A-Bear, but I know she's gone. I'm pretty sure she's gone at least once. But yeah, it's a cool place. Huh, Rainbow Panda. I've never heard of that one. That one must be relatively new. I don't think I've been to a Build-A-Bear since, probably since before the pandemic started, so it's been over 2 years. So I'm not super caught up with what new features they have or designs they have. But that sounds like a fun one. Alright, tracing over the logo here. we go. Rainbow's a good name for that. Alright. Pathfinder 0082, when I looked up what Trash Truck was, apparently it was based on a children's book. I don't know if you knew about that. I'd never heard of it until you requested it. Actually haven't looked and seen if it's like a really new children's book or if it's an older one. I mean, I'm sure it's fairly new, like within the last decade. It might have even come out just last year, I'm not sure. Oh, Glenn Keane. Nice. Nice to hear he's still working in animation. I think he actually just recently did a movie for Netflix called Over the Moon, about a girl who builds her own rocket ship and flies off to the moon to find the moon goddess. I watched it. It was pretty cool. Visually, it was really amazing. But yeah, I guess he's I'm assuming he's got a deal with Netflix. I think Natalie would probably like it. It's really bright and colorful. Gummy Dog, what was the stuffed animal you got? Thank you, Pathfinder 82. Probably I'll be done with it in just a few minutes. I'm pretty close. Probably going to finish it off by adding the pupils to the eyes, which is like the big step that makes it come to life. Alright, let me go ahead and look at the reference image one more time. Forgot to add the eyebrows. Alright, I think that'll pretty much do it. Wait a minute. Gonna add one more thing. Or maybe two more things. Gotta have the other set of tires here on the other side of the truck. Yeah, let me just add a third dimension to that tire, and I think, oh, no, one more thing. I swear I'm almost done. And yeah, there we go. I think that's it. Alright, so that was for Pathfinder 0082 on behalf of his daughter Natalie. Go ahead and date it and initial it. And I'll bring up the full view. And I'm glad she loves it. And I pressed the wrong button. Oops. There we go. So yeah, I got trash truck, got Natalie riding on top of trash truck. She got a baby shark on her shirt. I think that'll do. Thank you, Natalie, for the great request. You know what? I'm gonna take some inspiration from a Gummy Dog in the chat and draw a rainbow panda. Or actually, looks like he or she just requested a wolf. Okay, I can do that. And you are welcome, Pathfinder 82, anytime. So glad you could make it tonight. Alright, a wolf. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, thank you, Gummy Dog. I didn't want to make a mistake. Thank you for clarifying that for me. I'll go ahead and start here on your wolf. Maybe make it a little bit larger. I'm going to erase this and start over. Just going to kind of sketch out the outline here. You're running a pack like a club. A club called the Wolf Clan. Yep, okay, cool. I'm thinking of giving the wolf here kind of a... His snout's got a bit of a curviness to it. Actually, let me go ahead and reposition the bottom jaw so his mouth's open a little bit wider. Drawing the eyes. The outlines for the eyes, anyway. No, what am I? No, never mind. Got an idea there. Not gonna go with it. Alright, do the ears there. Alright, going ahead and starting work on the body here. Alright. Okay, I think I'm pretty much done sketching, so I'm gonna go ahead and start tracing it over. I got the eye outlines. I'm gonna go ahead and make the lines here kind of rough and scratchy to look a little more fur-like. Alright, gonna get the kind of ruffled fur he has here on top. Just rubbing my head there, excuse me. Alright. Now tracing over the teeth. Yeah, the teeth here at the front look a little weird. I'm going to try and make them look better. Okay, no worries, Gummy Dog. Alright, I'm gonna draw the tongue inside his mouth. Alright, tilting it a little bit so I can draw this next part. Welcome back, Gummy Dog. Pretty close to being done with your wolf, it looks like. I hope you're liking it so far. Yeah, Gummy Dog, I think that's, yeah, they do. I think I knew that, yeah. It's usually the best time for them to go out. No one's watching most of the time. Everyone's asleep, so they can go crazy. And I don't entirely like how that turned out, so I'm going to go ahead and erase some of it and redraw it. Oh, sorry, Gummy Dog. I should have consulted you before I erased it. Hopefully this still looks good. If it doesn't, I can go back to the original. Let me go ahead and add the pupils here. And I think in honor of Gummy Dog's, it's good, good, good. In honor of Gummy Dog's birthday, I'll go ahead and give this wolf a birthday hat. And that looks more like a Santa hat. Christmas in June, perhaps? Now I'll just erase that. Alright, there's a party hat. Go ahead and also add some birthday streamers in here. And there we go. I think that'll do it. Pathfinder 82, that's a good question. I guess it depends on when Santa's birthday actually is. It's weird that, I don't really feel like there's ever been much of a discussion of that. I mean, I guess we all just kind of assume it's on Christmas, but I don't know. I don't know when Santa's birthday is. It could be in May for all I know, or April or August. Alright, I think that's going to wrap this up here. So for Gummy Dog on YouTube, we have a wolf, and I added a party hat and some streamers because it's her birthday later this month. I think it was June 25th. And you are welcome, Gummy Dog. Thank you for making a great request. Gonna date and initial it, and then bring up the full view. Hopefully get it right this time. There we go. Go ahead and add a couple little details to the fur here. Alright, I think that looks good. Alright, so thank you once again, Gummy Dog, for your request. As for now, I'm gonna go ahead and draw something else here. Sure. You want me to put it back up on screen? I will. Alright, just leaving that up on screen for a couple seconds so Gummy Dog can record it. Alright. There we go. Pathfinder 82. Oh! I'm sorry. Let me bring that up one more time. Hey, Dream Bean, good to see you. Yeah, let me add that to the list. Pathfinder 82 just made a pretty cool request, so I'll go ahead and do his first, and then I'll get Dream Bean going on Mario on a skateboard running away from raccoons. Alright, and Pathfinder 82 wanted a small cabin on an island in the swamp. I'm a little conflicted on which one I want to actually do first, because I feel like I could really go all out with one of them or both of them. I just don't want to take too long. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do them in the order they came in. So, starting out, I'll have do Pathfinder 82's request for a small cabin on an island in the swamp. So let me go ahead and start that. Extend my pencil lead there. Alright. Right now I'm drawing the cabin. Do I like this? I feel like I think I'd like it a little more if I made these lines vertical. Like have these lines up here stay horizontal, but then have these lines below it be vertical. I think it would look a little more interesting that way. So we'll go ahead and redo that here. Also, add a couple little windows. Alright, so I think that'll do it for the cabin. Let me go ahead and just add a like a little weather vane? Yeah, weather vane on top. This is an extra little touch. Doing like that classic rooster design here for the the weather vane. Keep wanting to say Windermill like the real estate service. That's a weird slip of the tongue. And darn, it looks like I positioned this a little too far to the left for it to properly stand here on the weather vane. All right, let me see. Alright, there we go. I'm going to go ahead now and finish drawing the rest of the island here. Kind of looking like the Nickelodeon Splat. And alright, it's in the middle of a swamp, so let me see. Let me just add some stuff to the foreground. Go ahead and add a tree here on the other side. I'm gonna go ahead and add some a few lily pads here. Which look conspicuously similar to Pac-Man. I'm going to go ahead and add the other side of the swamp here in the background. Alright. And I was thinking, since I drew lily pads, I could add a frog, but why add a frog when I could add a frog monk? This is this is just kind of a running joke I have on this show. I think week 2 I tried drawing chipmunks, and they ended up not really looking all that chipmunk-like. The heads looked a lot more frog-like than chipmunk-like, so I ended up making them frog monks instead of chipmunks, and I've just kind of featured them in some of my other drawings since then. Pathfinder 82, I don't know, kind of iffy on whether or not I'd want to live out in the middle of nowhere. Some aspects of it sound nice, other aspects of it not so much. I don't know, I'd really have to think about it, or I'd probably have to like try living there for like a week for like a trial period and see if I approved of it. Now, let me go ahead and draw one more frog monk here for the other side of the house, the cabin. It's a cabin, not a house. Alright, there we go. So for the background here, maybe just I'll draw some more ferns and grass and stuff. Also add a few more trees. There we go. Got kind of a dandelion here on this one. Alright, I think that'll do for the sketching. I'll go ahead and start tracing this over. Alright, got the window on the left. Now the window on the right. Alright, draw these logs here on the top part of the cabin. The attic, you could say. Got the rooster here and the weather vane. Got it right this time. There we go. Alright, there's the cabin. Let's go ahead and draw the island around the cabin. Or the island that the cabin is sitting on. Thank you, Pathfinder 82. I'm glad you like it. Alright, gonna go ahead. It's just some little grassy lines here. Alright, I'm gonna get to work on these lily pads. Go ahead and erase this here and change that a little bit. Have this line pointing a little more diagonal, then have another line going this way, and now it looks a little more balanced. Oh, you know what actually just occurred to me? I was gonna add some extra lines here to the log cabin to make it look a little more like wood. There we go. Alright, there. Alright, back to what I was doing. I'll go ahead and trace over this tree. There we go. Now go ahead and draw one of the frog monks here. Then I'll just draw the other frog monk just so they can both be present. Yeah, this one on the right looks happy. This one on the left, not so much. He's probably on his guard looking for crocodiles, which, now that I think about it, crocodiles are typically in the swamp. Could maybe draw one just barely peeking its head out of the water to complete the scene. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and draw the background here. Drawn like a fern or just a big plop of grass. I guess that's not really a word. A clump of grass. I guess that's what that works. Yeah, just got some clumps of grass growing out of the marsh, the mud. No, I just gotta. Pathfinder 82. That's a great idea. I'll totally add those. I just had a funny idea for an extra detail here. I'm gonna put a "Do Not Disturb" sign here on this door, which just seems kind of funny because this is literally as out in the middle of nowhere as you can get. I don't imagine anyone's gonna be coming out here to disturb whoever lives here. But, you know, gotta take precautions. B-Nat, I'm glad you actually mentioned that. I just printed those out tonight. They're already colored in and ready to go, so I could totally bring those to you. So yeah, I can talk to you more about that tomorrow morning. But yeah, I'll have the drawings with me, so... Alright, let me tilt this so I can trace this over. There we go. Got some close-up grass here in the foreground. Tommy has not made his request yet. I was actually just thinking now I was going to ask him for it here pretty soon. I got another request after this one, and then I'll be able to do his. So he's got a little more time to think it up. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume it's probably going to include a Corgi, or one or more Corgis, and something made out of Butterfinger. Okay, Pathfinder 82 made a you made a very appropriate request for some fireflies, so let me go ahead and add those in here. Yeah, Tommy, I know you. Alright, probably add one more firefly here. Actually, I guess, really, I could probably add like 20 more if I wanted. Oftentimes when there's fireflies, there's a whole bunch of them in one place. Alright. I think I'll go ahead and just do one more firefly and then move on to the next part. Alright, so... gonna have an alligator's eyes just peeking out of the, peeking out of the water. Also, I'm going to have his snout peeking up out of the water, too. It's just his eyes and his snout, nothing else. Alright, I'm going to add some lines to these tree trunks. And I think that'll probably do it. Unless I can think of anything else to add into the background here. Probably just add one more clump of grass. I think that'll do it. Pathfinder 82, you are welcome. Thanks for the great request. Let me go ahead and write your name here. Alright, date it, initial it, and then bring up the full view. So yeah, we got Pathfinder 82's request, a cabin sitting on an island in a swamp. So we got the cabin here with a questionable do not disturb sign. Again, not sure who's going to be disturbing him. That's human anyway. I mean, that there might be some creatures that might come to his door, but they probably won't know how to read. So again, it's a very questionable addition. I got some frog monks here sitting on the lily pads. I got some fireflies buzzing about. I got this alligator or crocodile here who's just his eyes and his snout are peeking out of the water. And then there's just some trees and some clumps of grass surrounding the swamp. Got some other lily pads here. And then there's a weather vane with a rooster on it, and yeah, that pretty much covers it. So thank you again, Pathfinder, for the great request. So I'm going to move on to my next request on the lineup, which is for Dreambean on YouTube. He wanted to see Mario on a skateboard running away from raccoons. And I was thinking about it while I was doing that last drawing. The fact that it's a drawing with Mario in it, I have a special drawing I wanted to share. So I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so a couple days ago, I was on watching another artist stream, and they had a challenge going where you had to draw Mario as a Sailor Scout, like Sailor Moon. And there were some I went into their Discord and I saw there were some really great takes on that concept. This was the one I came up with. Let me bring up the full view here. So yeah, it's Mario as a Sailor Scout. It's got the hat. It's got the brown hair. I did colorize it, but I just have the black and white original here. He's got overalls, or she's got overalls, and the skirt. So I tried to combine the general look of the Sailor Scout outfit with the Mario attire. So she's got a red shirt, she's got blue overalls, the blue skirt. She's got a mushroom, of course. And I didn't remember to add this until later. Initially, there was no mustache, but I went back and added the mustache. It does look a little odd, but it's Mario as a Sailor Scout, so that's kind of a given. But yeah, so that just kind of popped into my head when I saw a request involving Mario. But anyway, let's get to Dream Bean's request. Okay, so yeah, Mario on a skateboard running away from raccoons. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, just brainstorming here. It's the best way to draw Mario. Alright, got the scout mustache. Always like that part of his design. He's got his mouth open and frowning because he's in a bit of a panic. Okay, let me see. Oh boy, Tommy's just dropped his big request for the week. Let me see here. Can you draw Corgi Kong versus Garfieldzilla duking it out on the Empire Butterfinger Building gladiator arena style while an audience of Martians watch? I don't even have the words. right. Added that to the request list. That's gonna be a big one. There was a request that I got in like week 7, so would have been like 7 weeks ago, that I consider to be the most epic, over the top request I've ever gotten. I think I actually have it on the wall behind me. It's a cat riding on a duck, fighting a giant chicken in a coliseum on top of a giant lion turtle. Tommy, I think you might have just beaten out that request in terms of ridiculous epicness. Or epic ridiculousness, however you want to put it. Hey, Pathfinder82, it was awesome to see you. Have a great night. Say goodnight to Nat for me. Yeah, Tommy, like I said a couple weeks ago, it might get to the point where I'm going to need to, get a bigger sheet of paper to draw on if these requests keep getting much bigger. Alright, so go ahead and draw the skateboard here. And I got his right foot here pushing off the ground, propelling him forward. Let me go ahead and do this. So one of the earliest streams I did, I got a request from my brother asking for Mario on a surfboard, and I drew a mushroom on the surfboard. So I think for the skateboard, I'm going to go ahead and draw a fire flower, mix things up a bit. All right, there we go. All right, I think that about covers the Mario outline, so let me go ahead and work on the raccoons. This isn't quite looking like I want it to. Yeah, these are looking more like bears than raccoon. This is looking more like a bear than a raccoon. Might need to change up the design a bit. I am definitely still learning. Been drawing since I was in grade school. And I have gotten better since then, but I do still have plenty of room to improve. And this is proof right here. Gonna go ahead and erase this and start over again. Hey Brian, great to see you. Just doing my usual thing. Right now I'm drawing Mario on a skateboard being chased by raccoons, and I just tried drawing a raccoon and didn't like how it was looking, so I'm going to start again and see if it turns out better the second time. But how are you doing tonight, Brian? Thank you, Brian. I really appreciate it. Oh boy. Yeah, this is tough. I was thinking a raccoon wouldn't be too difficult, but it's proven to be a bit of a challenge for me. Brian, that's a good point. Alright, I think that's a little more what I'm looking for here. I'll go ahead and draw another raccoon. Erase that little extra thing there. Alright, I think I'm ready to start tracing this over. Let's go ahead and start with Mario. Alright, got his head, got his hair, got his mustache, got his mouth. Let me go ahead and do the eyes. There we go. Alright. Got the body outline drawn there, as well as the overalls. Well, most of the body. I gotta get this other arm too. Kind of important. Alright, draw his other boot here. Draw the fire flower that's on his skateboard, which I have not traced over yet, so at this point it looks like just a fire flower that's sitting underneath Mario. We go ahead and draw the skateboard to complete the image. Sort of. Still not quite done yet. Gotta draw the raccoons after I'm done drawing the skateboard. Alright, I think that'll do. Let me go ahead and do the raccoons now. Hopefully they'll look close enough to raccoons. If they don't, it'll just be a learning experience. I think this Mario that I drew on this drawing looks better than the one I did on that surfing drawing from several weeks ago, so it's an improvement. Brian, thank you. Yeah, wearing a raccoon suit is one thing. Actually being chased by real live raccoons is a whole different story. I mean, we're talking about a guy who's, you know, faced off against fire-spitting plants and evil turtles that breathe fire. A lot of fire-breathing enemies in the Mario world. But yeah, real life raccoons. That's too much. I think if you were to include raccoons in a Mario game, they'd be invincible. Like, I mean, you got certain enemies in Mario, like the thwomps, that in some... I know at least in Super Mario World, you can take out the thwomps with a turtle shell. Even these characters, these raccoons, you can't even do that. They are 100% invincible. All you can do is run. Let me see here. There we go. So, I mean, I guess they sort of look like raccoons. Kinda, again, it's something I'll have to improve on in the future. The more I draw a certain character or animal, the more likely I'm gonna improve at drawing that character or animal. I don't draw raccoons very often, so it's a little rough around the edges. Alright, I think we're just about done here with this drawing. Go ahead and just add all the claws to these guys. And I think that'll do it. Go ahead and add some motion lines here for the skateboard. And yeah, good. I think that'll do. Alright, so for Dream Bean, on YouTube. Dreambean's popped by the stream a number of times in the last several weeks. Thank you, Dreambean, for uh, often dropping in and making requests. I really appreciate it. If you're on Facebook or Instagram by any chance, and you want to see these drawings in full color, I colorize these and I post them to my Facebook and Instagram accounts. I have them there on the screen. At I also, if you tune into the show before I start at 7 p.m., I also have a slideshow going. And hey, Mark on Facebook, how are you doing tonight? Great to see you. Yeah, so I have a slideshow running at the start of my stream every week that shows all the drawings that I did the previous week, but they're all in color. They'll often be in the slideshow before I actually post them to my Instagram or Facebook, so you get a nice little sneak peek of them. And let me go ahead and bring up the full view of this. So yeah, this is Mario on a skateboard, running away from raccoons, or quote-unquote raccoons. They might not, they don't look entirely raccoon-like. Again, I'll improve in the future, I'm sure. But that was for Dreambean on YouTube. And now, this is likely going to be the last request I do tonight, or last drawing I do tonight. It's 8:45. I usually call it around 9 or a little after 9. But Tommy on YouTube has another crazy request that is going to really test my talent. So it's Corgi Kong versus Garfieldzilla duking it out in the Empire Butterfinger Building, gladiator arena style, while an audience of Martians watch. There's just so much to that. All right, let's do this. Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and start with the building, maybe, since it is the centerpiece of the scene. And all right, let me go ahead and start drawing Corgi Kong here. Actually, let me reposition that head. Still figuring out exactly how I'm going to position the two fighters. I think I got an idea now. Mark, ask Tommy on YouTube. He's he's an expert at coming up with excellently ludicrous requests. I do know that typically he has a running theme of them always including corgis and butterfingers. So you have those two things. You have those two constants. It makes it a little easier to create variations on the formula. Okay, let me see here. Alright, just kind of slowly drawing the outline here. I'm kind of nervous how my Garfieldzilla is going to turn out. Like, Garfield's a character I feel like I can picture pretty well in my head, but if I actually try and draw him, I feel like he's going to look nothing like Garfield. Oh, boy. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna cheat and just look up a picture of Garfield to help me here. Usually I try to not do that. I try to do it without looking at a reference picture if I can, but I think I'm gonna need the reference picture for this one. Yes, Tommy, that's true. Just like Corgiana Jones is Corgiana Jones is one of the least known members of the Jones family. That was last week's request by Tommy. It was Corgiana Jones and a Butterfinger skull and a temple made of candy. That was a good one. All right, so let me see here. All right, so I got an oval head. Again, it's funny how I can picture something in my head fairly well and yet actually, well, kind of well, and then I try and put it on the paper and it just turns out disastrous. Okay, let's see. I got the ears. Those are looking fine. Let me see if I can adjust that a little bit here. There we go. Thank you, Mark. Again, I should try to challenge myself more, but I really feel like if I tried to do this without a reference pic, it would have looked nothing like Garfield. All right. Excuse me here. While I figure out my next move. Maybe make that arm a little bit wider at the end. There we go. Garfieldzilla's got to be kind of beefy armed. Makes the most sense. So I got his left arm kind of in a stalemate with Corgi Kong's right arm. Gonna have his left hand, or no, wait, that's his left arm. His right hand's gonna be clawing Corgi Kong's face. And let me go ahead and draw his leg here. Let's see. Alright, I think I can probably start tracing this over now. Alright, drawing Corgi Kong's teeth here. Alright. Also gonna have his left arm curling over around the other side of the building. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, I suppose, he should have a tail. He is still part Corgi. Let me see if I can make this look right. Hold on. There we go. Alright, so I got Corgi Kong here, almost done. Just gonna draw his eyes here. Then we go ahead and start drawing Garfieldzilla. Brian, I think you're right. He seems to he seems to be a bit bigger than Garfieldzilla is. And yeah, he's definitely got a better grip on the building. Like I think aside from his foot, Garfieldzilla doesn't even have a grip on the building. He's just one of his paws is on gripping with Corgi Kong's claw or hand, and the other hand is his face. So honestly, yeah, he doesn't really have a solid grip on the building aside from his foot. So yeah, he could if he's not careful, he could take a tumble, a very, very long tumble. You know, they say it was, Corgi killed the beast. I think that's how the quote went. I guess you could say Garfieldzilla is having a real Monday. All right, let me go ahead and add those patterns onto Garfield's head to make him look a little more Garfield-like. All right. I think that'll do. Let me draw his other arm here. That's also I gotta draw the spire, the pointy thing on top of the building. Sorry, I can't think of the right word. I think it's a spire. As in, I aspire to be better at drawing raccoons. Oh man, Tommy, I didn't see your joke until just now. That's a good one. And yes, I will draw a plane. Still gotta draw the Martians too. This is a huge scene we got going here. But I think I got the two main foes pretty much done. So yeah, now I just need to draw the Martians and the airplane and should be good. Oh, I also got to draw the windows on the building, of course. I think I'm going to go for the same, you know what? Torn. Should I go with windows where it's like the building is chocolate, but the windows show the crispy, crunchy goodness inside of it? Or should I just have like, I think I'm going to do that. I was going to say maybe the other option, I could just have the Butterfinger logo here on the side of the building. I think I'm going to go with that first one I said. Alright, so right now I'm just drawing windows. Nothing too fancy, just a bunch of rectangles on a larger rectangle. Alright, there we go. I got all the windows. Now let me go ahead and add some of that crunchy, peanut buttery goodness. Last week when I was drawing the Butterfinger skull and I was saying, like, eyes are the windows to the soul, now I'm doing literal windows. Filled with Butterfinger filling. Yes, Mark, very, very crunchy. I think if Corgi or Garfield took a bite out of this building, they'd be having to pause fight. They'd be chewing on it for the next hour, probably. All right, there we go. I think I got all the windows. All right, next part of the drawing is an airplane. Which, now that I think about it, I originally had Corgi's arm around curled around the building. Actually, make even more sense if I had him grabbing the plane in midair, completing Tommy's joke in the chat. Let me see here. Got a regular old biplane here. Is a Sopwith camel, which, now that I say that, you know, we already got one comic strip character in here. Why not have another? I'm going to go ahead and have Snoopy flying the plane. Or, well, Snoopy was flying the plane. I'm not going to spoil it. I'll get to it in a minute. Yeah, I got a bit of a comic strip crossover here. Alright, let me see if I can connect Corgi's arm to this I feel like it'd be a little funnier if it was like actively getting crunched. So let me modify this a little bit here. Alright. Draw the propeller, which is still spinning. It hasn't stopped yet, even though the plane is destroyed. Okay. Oop. Alright, yeah, so got his hand just grabbing onto the plane as it breaks apart. Yeah, that doesn't look very good. Let me try that again. Alright, so we got him grabbing the plane and destroying it, and now we have Snoopy here. Let me draw Snoopy. Let me turn this upside down. Of course, gotta have his scarf, too. Can't forget the scarf. Snoopy actually looks a little, he made a big leap out of the plane, and he's now falling closer to the camera that's shooting the scene, you could say. So let me go ahead and show him jumping out. I'm trusting that the World War I general in charge of him supplied him with a parachute. I'm at least hoping that's the case. I mean, hey, Snoopy, look at it this way. At least it wasn't the Red Baron this time. Alright, so we got Snoopy jumping out of his Sopwith camel as it gets broken to pieces by Corgi Kong as he's fighting Garfieldzilla. Now I just gotta add the Martians. Oof, my neck is feeling a bit sore. It's weird. Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna go for the classic Martian design here. Just add a couple more Martians here in the sky background. Hold on a second. Alright, let me go ahead and trace these over now. I did just recall that Tommy did request to have the two monsters fighting gladiator arena style. I guess I didn't really, I'm not sure I really got that. I just kind of drew them hand to hand. So Tommy, I apologize for the going a little off your request there. Were you wanting them to have like helmets or swords? Okay, good. All right. Kind of looks like a football. All right. Almost done here. I gotta say, I'm actually really pleased with how Garfieldzilla turned out here. It's a nice combo of two icons. Alright, there we go. Got the Martians. So I think all that's really left is go ahead and have like clouds the top of the clouds here. This is a really the Butterfinger Empire build or Butterfinger State building, whatever. Hold on just a second. Okay, Empire Butterfinger Building. The Empire Butterfinger Building is very, very tall. Got a few extra clouds here. This is actually pretty close to Earth's atmosphere, which is how the Martians saw what was going on and decided to swoop in and watch the show. And I think that'll pretty much do it. Let me go ahead and do my usual thing here. Just write down Tommy on YouTube. Add the date, my initials, and bring up the full view. So yeah, we got Corgi Kong fighting Garfieldzilla on the Empire Butterfinger Building. And Corgi Kong grabs a Sopwith camel plane out of the sky, and Snoopy just bails and hopefully has a parachute. And he got some Martians here watching the show. And yeah. And also you can see the top of the clouds here because this is really high above the ground. The Empire, I think most people regard I think it's generally regarded that this Sears Tower, I think, is like the tallest building in the world. I could be completely wrong on that. Might be something. I think it's the tallest building in America. I think the tallest building in the world is something totally different. I think it's in I have no idea. This, I think, is this is the true tallest building in the world that no one knows about. And their loss. It's a national treasure. All right, so I've gotten to the end of my stream. Thank you for everyone who's stuck around and watched. Let me see here. Doesn't look like I have any raid targets here, so but I'll worry about that here in a second. Right now, I'm going to do what I usually do at the end of my stream, which is a quick recap of all the drawings I did tonight. So let me go ahead and, indeed, Mark, indeed. Let me go ahead and do the recap. All right, so starting off, we have Pathfinder82 on Twitch requested his daughter Natalie, his 2-year-old daughter Natalie, with a Trash Truck, which is apparently a new show on Netflix. I hadn't heard of it. It's based on a book that I'd also never heard of until tonight. But yep, she's just riding on top of Trash Truck. Pretty self-explanatory. But I also put Baby Shark on her shirt because she is a Baby Shark fan. And yeah, there you go. Next up for Gummy Dog 6790AJ on YouTube, I drew a wolf, and because it's her birthday this month, I gave him a party hat and add some streamers. Another one for Pathfinder 82. This is a cabin on an island in the middle of a swamp. You got a awkward "Do Not Disturb" sign on the door on this cabin out in the middle of nowhere. I got a couple frog monks here, frog/chipmunks. I got a weather vane on the roof. I got a crocodile here that's peeking out of the water. You can only see its eyes and its snout poking out. You don't see the rest of him. I got some fireflies glowing. And you got there's just some little clumps, there's some clumps of grass and some trees growing around the edge of the swamp. and some lily pads. Let me see here. And then for Dream Bean on YouTube, he requested Mario on a skateboard running away from raccoons. I feel like I did pretty well on the Mario and the skateboard. The raccoons, I'm pretty iffy on. Next time, I'll hopefully do a slightly better job with them. But I guess they look fine enough. You know what? It's fine. This is meant to be fun, I'm not meant to be an expert artist. But yeah, Mario being chased by raccoons, and as I was saying earlier, I think if raccoons actually did exist as enemies in a Mario game, they would be invincible, and Mario would just have to run for his life. As you can see him doing here. Using a secret power-up, the skateboard. Borrowed that from Adventure Island. And last, but certainly not by any stretch the least, we have Corgi Kong and Garfieldzilla duking it out on the Empire Butterfinger Building. Snoopy's plane gets crunched by Corgi Kong, and he bails. Hopefully has a parachute. And maybe if I move the paper up a little further, you can actually see all of him. And yeah, then you have some Martians here watching the show. This is super high above the ground. This is actually like near Earth's atmosphere, so they actually saw the commotion and flew in to just watch the show. And yeah, that is the latest ridiculously epic request from Tommy on YouTube. Once again, following his trend of a Corgi and Butterfinger drawing. And there you go. That is all the drawings for week 14 of Draw Something. So I'm just going to look one more time to see if I can find a raid target here. I try to find one that's family friendly. Let me see here. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, the stream will end and that'll just be it. But if you're watching on Twitch, I'm gonna possibly send you over to another artist here on Twitch who's doing their thing. But I'm not really. I want to pick one that's family friendly. And none of the channels I'm currently following are live right now, so I'll need to find more channels to follow in the future. But for right now, I think I'll go ahead and, you know what, just give me a second, I'll figure this out. Just a reminder, the drawings I just showed a minute ago, I'm gonna scan them all in and put them on my social media. Scan them in, colorize them, and put them on social media. My Facebook and Instagram accounts are located on the screen. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen here tonight, I would really appreciate it if you could give me a follow on either of those platforms. And also, if you're watching on Twitch and you've enjoyed this, go ahead and click the follow button. I'll be going live again next Wednesday at 7 p.m. And I think I'm going to go ahead and raid Meg Animation, who is a channel I've never watched, but it looks like she looks like she's family friendly. And thank you, Marky Mark, for the follow. Let me go ahead and send you guys off. Thank you again, everyone, for your... My mouth doesn't always cooperate with my mind. Thank you to everyone who watched, and I will see you all next time, or maybe not, but thank you again for watching, and have a great night. Take care.
brain's coming to mind, but I felt like we like flew up that mountain. We like